Hello, that's part 2 for today. Go watch the first part if you missed it. Let's start with Pepe. The 4-hour chart is bullish, and in the last hours we are trying to break these highs. If we break up from here, we can pump hard. So I expect a big move in the next days. If we'll get rejected, my first target is around 700,000 units, which is this lower range area. But if we'll continue to pump, then my next target is around 2 million units. We already started to pump, so hopefully we will continue. PP2 4-hour chart is bearish, and in the last 24 hours we are breaking up. We can retest some of the resistance areas. We are testing the local highs right now, and this coin looks worse than Pepe, the original Pepe. So if we'll get rejected, my next target is around 25 to 30,000 units, which is a pretty big support area. But if we'll continue to pump, my first target is around 90,000 units. Jasmine 4-hour chart is bullish. We broke out of this falling wedge pattern and we are reclaiming this range area. We should get a real move by the end of the month, so I'm waiting for that. Finally, to see some action in Jasmine. If we'll get rejected, then my next target is around 10 to 15,000 units. But if we'll manage to pump, then my next target is 35,000 units. RNDR got an interesting chart, and the 1-day chart is bullish. In the last weeks we pushed up to this resistance range after we broke out of this falling wedge pattern, and we should get a breakout in the next weeks from this bigger pattern area. So if we'll get rejected, my first target is around $5, which is below these local lows. But if we'll manage to pump, if we'll pump higher, then my first target is around $12, which is the local highs. This target was the target of the breakout from this falling wedge pattern, and we almost reached it. Slotana 4-hour chart is bullish, and in the last days we are forming this rising wedge pattern. We should get a breakout in the next 72 hours. This is a new coin, and this is the first pattern we see, the 4-hour chart pattern. If we'll get rejected, then my first target is the bottom of this pattern, which is around 2,000 to 2,200 units. But if we'll manage to pump, my first target is around 9 to 10 cents. FET 1-day chart is bullish, but we are still getting rejected by this range. I believe we should get a real move by next week. We broke out of this falling wedge pattern, but we are still struggling to follow through. So if we'll get rejected from here, my first target is around $1 to $1.3. But if we'll continue to pump, then my next target is around 4.5 to $5. WIF 1-day chart is bullish and this ascending triangle is about to end. We should get a breakout in the next week. We were forming this pattern for the last several months and we should finally see a breakout. If we'll get rejected, my next target is around $1.5. But if we'll manage to pump from here, then my next target is around $8 to $10. TRB 4-hour chart is bullish. We are trying to get a deeper correction and we might test the lower range area. This is a pretty big range and we already managed to bounce a couple of times from the lows. So if we'll get rejected, I believe the first target is around $90. And if we'll manage to pump, then my next target is $250 to $300. ING 1-week chart is bullish, but in the last weeks we are dumping after we broke up this range and we might hit my support target soon. So if we'll continue to dump, my next support target is around $14. And if we'll manage to pump and break this area, my first target is around $50 to $60. UNA 1-day chart is bullish. In the last days we are trying to hold this local range and we should get another big move by the end of this month. So I'm waiting for that. If we'll get rejected, my first target is around $2.5, which is this local lows. But if we'll manage to pump, then my first target is around $5. And that's it for today. Of course, I'm going to keep updating you with these crypto infos. So leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.